Hi hermits of YouTube, it's your bun Harley. We're back with a brand new episode today, and this time we will be doing part 6 of our Bottleland event. Yes, we are part 6 now, and this time we will be doing the Daiya's 3-day reverie collection of side quests, improv theatre program for visitors to the domain, and you are guided through it by basically a speaker that is telling you what is going on because they don't have the money for the props. Anyway, let's get into it. Let us give thanks to fate, dear travellers, for your wanderings have finally brought you here. Surely you must be searching for a serendipitous encounter beyond your wildest dreams, an astonishing journey that is beyond your mundane imagination. Now, the opportunity for us to fulfill all of our desires has been laid before you, right here, right now. Emerge! Come on out! Dive into the brand new Daiya's 3-day reverie. Step onto the grand stage and you can experience something beyond your wildest dreams. Swim freely in a pool of Mora. Exorcise the phantoms haunting ancient castles. Break free from the shackles of gravity. Whisper the passphrase, take us to the world of reverie to declare your curiosity and passion and begin your journey. Wow, that speaker really knows how to work a crowd, though Paimon didn't understand the details. Journey? Show? Stage? And something about a pool of Mora! Seems like a new attraction. Oh, when you put it like that, Paimon's definitely heard of that kind of activity before. So is the person making the announcement Daiya? She must be the director of the play. So if we register, we can become the characters of some of the plays? Shall we kickstart our acting careers? It definitely sounds cool. Paimon's especially interested in the pool of Mora. That's not it. Paimon just wants to see what kind of mystery attraction is deserving of such a special spot in the Valurian Mirage. Then let's say the passphrase together. Take us to the world of reverie. Take us to the world of reverie. Really? Just like that? Perfect! Your registrations have been confirmed, and Daiya's 3-day reverie will begin shortly. An ancient legend resurfaces, and new clues to a priceless treasure are found. A band of chivalrous pirates hones their weapons and hoists the sails. A town floating in the sky encounters an unprecedented crisis, and a miracle-working architect must act quickly to prevent the soaring city from crashing to the ground. To save their fallen friends, a lone Hydro Eidolon must break into the haunted fortress and find a way to lift the curse. There are 3 different shows, each with their own theme. Please choose one. Find an announcement speaker like this and follow the instructions to go to the place of reverie. Come on, Harley, let's look for an announcement speaker and give it a whirl. All actors and actresses have arrived and all stage mechanisms are operating normally. This performance of Petrifying Gaze, a play from Daiya's 3-day reverie, will now begin. On the edge of a thick and eerie forest, 2 wise and learned sages happened upon a Hydro Eidolon, wandering alone. Please help me. Someone help me. I don't want to abandon my friends. Water droplet? Wait, did the water droplet talk? It's actually the sound of the speaker. Oh, so this water droplet is actually a main character in this play and we have to act along with it? It is truly fortunate that these 2 wise sages have already researched the language of Hydro Eidolons in depth and can understand its plea for help. This must be a fated encounter. Such a portentous meeting. Could you even entertain the notion of not assisting this Hydro Eidolon? Wow, we have our own characters too? That's really cool. What happened to your companions? While we were lost in the woods, we happened upon an ancient castle and accidentally awoke the evil spirits slumbering within. 2 of their leaders, they laid curses upon us. Now the moment a ghost sees us, we turn to stone. I barely managed to escape, but my companions... They must be in such pain. Is this our fault? Of course not. Even if those ghosts got up on the wrong side of the bed, that's no excuse to be bullies. Those jerks turning lost water droplets into stone. That's even worse than bullying. Those ghosts are all super bad guys. Can we save your companions? No, the 2 ghost leaders never show themselves, and the castle is vast. Even the strongest and most capable person could never find them. But I heard one of the ghosts say that deep within the castle is a chest, and that chest contains an ancient hex-cleansing remedy. That is the only hope. The chest is locked inside a secret chamber, and you must first find the hidden key. But I've already been cursed, and if I go back alone, I'll certainly be seen by the ghosts. Then I'll be turned to stone and trapped forever. That sounds easy. We'll escort you there, find the key, and get that remedy. As long as you avoid those ghost gaze, you'll be fine, right? It'll be a walk in the park. That's right, you are both wise sages, and you must certainly know what to do. Please, I'm begging you. Paimon sure got into character quickly. It sounds pretty straightforward. Even if we can't beat up the mastermind, taking down the ghosts and saving the water droplet's companion should be a piece of cake for you, right? Come on, little water droplet, let's go find that remedy, lift your curse, and save your friends. The lone Hydra Idola removed the illusion of the mountains and stones to reveal a hidden passage, and it led the two wise ones, shrouding gloomy curtains and strange shadows danced all around. As they walked, the wise ones heard a strange low-pitched buzzing. Chill followed them as if eyes in the darkness finally fixed upon him as they approached the castle. Jesus. Yeah, it happens. There's the water droplet. It really has been petrified. Let's help it out. Race, they're like machines that look like dumb fat birds. Let's knock them all down. That'll do the trick. I want to remind you, if you destroy the surroundings here, you'll need to pay 10 times the cost in compensation. What kind of rule is that? How can we help the water droplet get over there without getting rid of those things? There's no other way. Paimon thinks there's some boxes and junk around here. The curse has no effect on us. Maybe you can push those things over there to block the race line of sight. Okay. Hurricanes, but I don't know. Hurricane Sandy was fun. Why would you miss hurricanes? What? We won't stay too long. Petrification process seems to be reversible if it hasn't been completely imprisoned. That's good. We don't need to be so anxious then. Everything will be fine if we can block the race line of sight in time. Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's not hurricane. I'm just talking about a storm. Probably, even the petrification process can be... I can't let the water droplets suffer like this. Let's try to speed up or block the race line of sight as soon as we can. Thank you for doing so much for me. What's an EF5 tornado? Oh. $200 miles, but... Okay, that's more than I've ever experienced. The most I've experienced is 100. Is that a bowl in front of the spirit mechanism? Is it begging others for food because it has nothing to eat? Are you starving because you did bad things? Serves you right. This also presents an opportunity. Maybe it will tactfully let us through if we give it some food. A what pole? Oh, wait. I do that, and then... Oh, wait, I see. Hurricane Irene, gotcha. Wait, how do you... Huh? Wait. I see. And then you do that. Okay, cool. Yay. What? Oh, they just turned? I see. And then you do that. There we go. Solid steel poles used to reinforce concrete structures. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Okay. Whee. After passing through the blockade and getting away from the raids, a majestic and eerie castle appeared in front of the two wise ones. The castle's outline towers into the sky, standing as an oppressive giant beneath the cold moonlight. Is this the ancient castle where those nasty things have gathered? It's got quite the atmosphere. The mechanism in front of us is crucial to finding the key. Referring to the streaming projector, right? Got it. We'll use it to solve the problem in front of us. Let's go, Harley. Complete the challenge and then you can find the key to the secret chamber. It's all in your hands now. Let's have a hospital re-embedded into asphalt. Damn. Oh! I didn't mean to walk straight into it. This kind of has like a lot of, like when you move forward slightly, it will like send you flying forward. Why isn't the key to secret room inside the chest? Did we make a mistake? Noisy fool, you brought help, I see. Well, I wasn't prepared for that. I even placed some bait. Turns out the chest was just a decoy. The Wraith leader seemed to be afraid of the two wise ones and hid the most important treasure chest, scheming from within the shadows. So scary. The voice is sounding more and more spooky. No need to be afraid, Water Droplet. Those who only dare to hide in the shadows are the worst. No! Oh my god. Found another chest. This time we'll... Oh, there isn't a key here either. The key to the secret room is hidden in the last chest, but if you think you can get to it, two Wraith leaders decide an impossible conundrum for the wise ones in the Hydro Eidolon. Wraiths can see everywhere. Okay. I see. What on? So this was their scheme. I must do something. Okay. Ugh, it's impossible to avoid their line of sight. This is just cheating. Paimon just wants to kick those ghost mechanisms right over. Hey, wait, Water Droplet. What are you doing? There's ghosts there. It's dangerous. Insolent beings. Have you gone insane? Or have you abandoned all hope and simply wish to see your friends in the next world? Oh no, it used its body to block their gaze. Why does it have such a noble spirit of self-sacrifice? A sudden twist. The lonely Hydro Eidolon has thrown itself in front of the ghost vision, using its body to block the fatal gaze, and is slowly turning to stone. The Water Droplet turned to stone, just so we could get the key. The Water Droplet can still be saved. Oh right, that's right. As long as we aren't in their line of sight too long, we should be okay. Did the Water Droplet figure that out? It's so smart and brave. Harley, let's find the key and get the remedy fast. We can't let the Water Droplet suffer too long. So wise ones obtain the key and lock the final chamber. The Wraith realize its powerlessness. And the Wraiths disappeared and cease their destructive actions. An exquisite chest, all for that.
I could make a tidy sum selling
Hex
some of this.
cleansing remedy. Though, if a water droplet is turned to stone, can it still drink a potion? And how does water even drink water? Oh, maybe this remedy is the kind you rub on. Let's try it out. An item that is key to the petrifying gaze scenario in Daiya's 3-day reverie. According to the lone Hydro Eidolon, such remedies have the power to cleanse Wraith-cast hexes and restore petrified Hydro Eidolons to their original states. However, the outward appearance of the remedy indicates the use of a very common alchemy vessel. Is this narrative setting related to alchemy, or is the theatre troupe just cutting costs? The speaker continues to describe the strange scene in front of you. The two wise sages slowly drop the remedy onto the petrified body of the hydroidolon, and a strange phenomenon begins to occur. As though time were flowing backward, the petrified hydroidolon begins to return to normal. So that is how it feels to be turned to stone. The pain, the agony. I cannot let my friends suffer this fate any longer. Water Droplet, how could you just charge ahead like that without saying anything? You scared Paimon half to death. It's a good thing we got the remedy so quickly. That ghost was so scary. I was so terrified I couldn't even speak. Also, you are so wise that I think you don't even need me to remind you. Even if I turned completely into a stone, I knew you guys would save me right after you got the remedy, and things would be just like before, so there was no real need to worry. Did Paimon get too invested in the play? Paimon was just so worried about the water droplet. It means Paimon's having fun. Paimon is a guest who's here to have fun, but she let the acting get to her head. It's a little embarrassing. But anyway, we succeeded. Now you can take the remedy and save your friends. Thank you. I'm forever indebted to you for all that you've done. My companions and I will always remember your kindness in our hearts. It's nothing. Paimon hopes those ghosts won't cause you any more trouble. Whenever you guys play in the forest, you'll have to be more careful. No more coming to this castle. Congratulations. The impeccable plans and stratagems of the wise sages and the bravery of the hydroidolons has become a perfect partnership, and the curse of the ghosts will soon be completely lifted. After the timely arrival of the wise sages, the ghosts will never again be so reckless. The lonely hydroidolon and its friends can now play again without fear or worry. The dense, eerie forest is now gradually showing its peaceful, quiet side. Thus ends Petrifying Gaze. Thank you for watching. Hooray! We finished Petrifying Gaze. Paimon really got into it. The combination of lines on the stage and narration by the speaker does a great job of working the audience. Paimon wonders where Daiya learned to do that. If we get a chance, we should definitely ask her.
Well, how about...
All inspections of play mechanisms complete. Animo particles in position. Hello? Is everything in place? Those abnormal animo particles. They've all been taken care of, right? Well then, this performance of Sky Castle Saviors, a play from Daiya's 3-day reverie, will now begin. This story takes place in a remote mountainous area. The people living here are constantly facing floods and storms, and their lives are filled with hardship and misery. In order to provide advance warning of disasters, a group of courageous warriors built an observation post on top of a towering cliff. Over the years, the lookouts on the high cliffs became a unique tribe known as the Cliff Keepers. The speaker continues to describe the background of the story in detail. The difficulty in transporting goods to the cliffs made the lives of the keepers even more torturous, to the point they had not a single complete home to live in. The elder of the keepers turned to the miraculous architect, renowned for their expertise. They entrusted the architect with the task of constructing a floating town in the sky. The miraculous architect constructed a remarkable load-bearing structure, providing a solid foundation upon which all of the town could be built. Next, the architect embedded tens of thousands of specially designed hot air balloons infused with animo particles within the foundation. The unparalleled buoyancy of the balloons effortlessly lifted the entire town to the very summit of the mountain. The miraculous architect firmly anchored the town at a predetermined height, granting the keepers a stable and cozy haven to call home. Yet, as time marched inexorably onward, accidents began to befall the animo air balloons. The keepers soon found their town was slowly losing altitude, teetering on the precipice of shattering into pieces on the mountain's summit. A great calamity loomed, accompanied by tremors that shook the inhabitants' hearts as well as their homes. Oh, what a heavy start to the story! A floating town in the sky on the verge of falling? Now that's a crisis. And let's take it seriously. Yeah, it looks like there's another speaker over there. Maybe that's where the play continues. Let's go have a look. I got the particle. They seem pretty happy about it. The elder of the keepers meets with the miraculous architect and provides a detailed explanation of the crisis looming over the flying town. Miraculous Architect, as you can see, each day our town continues to descend lower in the sky. Oh, and though we long to safeguard this cherished home, our haven of warmth and security, regrettably we find ourselves helpless to do so. In addition, quakes have been rocking our town with immense force, alarming rumours are spreading like wildfire, and a sense of panic is now gripping the people. We're all gonna get smashed! We're all gonna get smashed to smithereens! Esteemed Elder, I get that you're worried, and I've been hearing some rumours doubting my project's quality controls. But fret not, I'm here once again to resolve this crisis once and for all, alleviating your fears and dispelling any doubts you may have. I just took a brief tour of the town and took a look at the monitoring devices I had set up in the Foundation. And guess what? I discovered that the fault lies with a few individual lift balloons. It appears that the animo particle levels in certain lift balloons have dropped as if they had been intentionally damaged. However, as long as we fix them, we can prevent the town from plummeting from the sky. So, to restore the town to its planned altitude, we need to increase the lift provided by some balloons and install additional fixed anchor cables. Though I should say, it's going to cost a little extra. You see, in most cases, intentional damage isn't covered by the warranty. Okay, hold on. No worries, we'll increase the budget to 5 times the initial rate. How's that? 5 times! 5 times! Oh my, so willing to add in a bit extra. That's wonderful. Wait, 5 times? Don't you think that's a bit much? Back when this town was initially constructed, your budget was already several times what other clients paid. Is this Kave? I didn't mention this last time, but before we ran into an exceptionally greedy craftsman. Seeing our resources, he quoted a price over 20 times the market rate. Luckily, we had been thorough in our research and didn't fall for it. Wait, they did say that Kave had wandered into the desert and potentially gone to this place, so this probably is Kave. But as a result, we have a rough idea of the true construction costs, and your bid has always been far below what would be expected. So you were always loaded? You guys really are, well, good at keeping a low profile. We live lives of hardship so that everyone below can prosper. Everyone knows it, so they are quite generous. So it is, the neighbouring villages have grown wealthy, and often send us opulent gifts and donate vast sums. But our tribe has been accustomed to modest living since our days on the cliff, and so we save most of it. I like that it's called Eternal Non-Profit as well. Do such people really exist in this world? Such humility. Regardless, I happen to be a master of cost control. I believe that increasing the rate by 2.5 times is more than sufficient. 5 times is a bit much, don't you think? I must say I'm truly impressed, just as one would expect from a distinguished architect who has been dubbed miraculous. Don't want free money? Don't want free money? Idiot! Idiot! Hey now, you're the bird brain. I earn all my mora honestly. When constructing this town, my quote was only slightly higher than the cost of materials and labour. This allowed me to build the finest houses while still having enough money left over to cover my meals for 2 whole months. As for today's maintenance service, if the fees are enough to cover my travel and lodging costs for a few days, isn't that the best value for you? The elder, who just a moment ago had been moved to tears, suddenly grew annoyed and knocked out the parrot perching on his shoulder. We are truly grateful. The keepers will forever cherish your kindness, and tales of your noble deeds will be passed on from generation to generation. Speaking of which, in our previous encounter, you had hired a sumpter beast caravan and brought hundreds of special storage jars. However, this time around, it seems you've arrived with minimal equipment and without any special preparation. You've hit the nail on the head. The primary issue at hand is finding a way to gather sufficient animo particles to restore the lost lift of the balloons. That's no problem. This time we'll handle the animo particles. Collecting them is our specialty. My people are well versed in using animo particles to forecast storms. Let us, the professionals, assist you in this crucial matter. Yeah, I was just thinking that, Jax. The elder selects 2 courageous keepers, you who have patiently waited on the sidelines. You have triumphed over gravity and mountain winds, effortlessly navigating the towering terrain. You are the rising stars of the keepers. Paimon gets it, it's our time to shine. This time we're skilled keepers and we just need to fly all over collecting animo particles. That's super easy for us. It's a classic trope. Very well, then we will entrust this task to you. This may be more exhausting than usual, so we will be sure the rewards are commensurate. Working at heights is no joke. Please be careful. Don't worry, humble elder and honest architect. Leave it to us. You two just fix those balloons while we go fetch the critical particles. Let's go, Harley. Let's hustle and get the job done pronto. Just have to collect enough animo particles so these keepers can keep their home. We found a streaming projector. We'll need it for the upcoming show. Let's activate it now, Harley. Ah! Eee. Where you going, bud? Ah, here.
Well, how about that?
How about that, indeed? Oh, cool. There's loads in here. Oh, God. Oh, no. Nice. Oh, moving like nimble birds, two young guardians collected the scattered animo particles with ease. Meanwhile, the miraculous architect is busy repairing the balloon in the town's foundation at full speed. Collecting these animo particles isn't easy. Repairing those balloons must be really tough too. Who would do something so terrible? Oh. Wait, oh, no. Let me down! Oh. Oh, okay. Just have to go this way. Hey. Oh, there we go. More? What's going on? The last three animo particles fled. Let's go after them, Harley. What? Oh, okay. Ah, so these three stole the last animo particles. Wait, were they behind the sabotage of the balloons too? Oh, Harley, let's teach them a lesson and get those animo particles back. Okay. Abruptly appearing animo summer child. Think yourself an actor too, eh? Where is he? Hello? Oh, he fell. See the error of your ways now? No more sabotage in the future. Got it? But something feels off. Have any of you seen those three before? Could they be actors that Actaholic hired? What? Where's Engineer? Did Engineer fix the sea monster's mechanisms? Hurry up and get the emergency team to the scene to handle cleanup. Wait, what? I'm still on the air? Ah, my bad. I'll turn it off now. Thankfully, the guests were able to handle the sudden emergency themselves. We definitely can't make this mistake again. After overcoming all kinds of challenging trials, pretty much all the animo particles were successfully collected, pretty much. The two keepers were so focused that they didn't realize that more than half a month has passed. What? The miraculous architect comes through in a big way, swiftly repairing the lift balloons in the town's foundation. The narrator on the speaker sounds a bit anxious, don't you think? Was that part of the show? Paimon's got no clue, but it's probably not important. Let's get back to the play. The narrator mentioned that we've jumped ahead like half a month in time, which saves us from waiting for the architect to fix the balloons. Let's go and meet them now. Welcome back. It could not have been easy. Please, enjoy a hard-earned rest. Bravo! Bravo! You look around and notice that the miraculous architect has already repaired all the damaged balloons. Once the animo particles are ready, the disaster will have been completely averted. The elder calls upon the other keepers, who arrive with steaming hot food and refreshing drinks. Your efficiency has also left the miraculous architect stupefied, staring in awe. You already completed the collection? That's a full 5 days faster than my expectations. No wonder the Elder said you guys were pros. Now that we have enough animo particles, I'll replenish the lift balloons without further ado. The narration from the loudspeaker paints the following scene. The miraculous architect whips out a nifty gadget and dashes around, spreading the animo particles you gathered through preset interfaces to devices scattered all across the Foundation. With the lift provided by the balloons restored, the abnormal vibrations come to a sudden halt. The village ceases its descent and gradually ascends back to its original altitude, while the powerful air currents disperse the vast expanse of clouds. The once somber sky clears, and the town is once more embraced by radiant sunshine. The keepers erupt in celebration. Awesome! The town won't plummet to the ground, and the crisis has been solved. Time for a round of applause. But why are we staring up? It's all in our imaginations anyway, and we're still in the floating town anyway. Paimon's neck is sore. How about this? When we get the chance, let's find an expert to illustrate this story. Or even better, turn it into a film. Paimon has a hunch that it's going to be a major hit. Maybe Daiya has the same idea. As the ground beneath his feet finally stops shaking, the Elder takes a long breath, feeling so moved that he begins to tear up. The town is safe! The town is safe! Fantastic! Fantastic! Now we keepers can carry on with our duty. Success! This repair project went off without a hitch, and it's definitely worthy of being written into a thesis. Oh boy, it's a perfect example that could even make it into a textbook. I won't have to worry about food expenses for the next 2 months. What kind of marvellous creation shall I dream up? But if I may, it appears that the town is still ascending, and if it surpasses its original altitude, when will it come to a stop? Oops! I may have been so focused on fixing the balloons that I forgot to secure the anchor rope to counteract the lift. No need to panic. The town is rising at a relatively slow speed, and we can use smaller cargo balloons to attach the anchor. It'll be a cinch. I see. I thought that after witnessing the success of these two heroes, you came to the conclusion that we could all walk up walls and live in the sky. Heh, the keepers aren't as mighty as all that. Please address this issue as soon as possible. Ask for more money? Ask for more money? Earn a bit more? Earn a bit more? Sure, if the Elder would like to build a lavish birdcage and confine you within it until you learn proper speech etiquette and business ethics. Forget about any extra charge. I'll cover it myself. Despite the little hiccup at the end, the story wrapped up beautifully. Thus, as always, the troubles of the Cliff Keepers were resolved by the miraculous architect. This floating town in the sky will keep on supporting the Cliff Keepers, ensuring lasting peace and prosperity in the region. And thus, Sky Castle Saviors comes to an end. Thanks for watching! Encore! Encore! The curtains have fallen, and even though it wasn't perfect, Paimon thought it was decent. If Paimon was a wealthy merchant, Paimon would invest a ton of money into Daiya's 3-day reverie and make every prop and scene amazing. Let's look into that when the opportunity arises. Absolutely! Paimon hopes we get a chance to meet the mysterious Daiya. Staff and equipment in position. Mechanisms are prepped and ready. This performance of the Black Nacra and the all-devouring Kraken, a play from Daiya's 3-day reverie, will now begin. Docked in the port, closest to the rumoured location of the treasure, the crew of the pirate ship Black Nacra is recruiting new sailors and restocking before the final and most crucial leg of the voyage. Experienced adventurers set foot on the deck of the Black Nacra. They're outstanding fighters, but novice sailors. Ahoy there, landlubbers! Get on over here! Huh? The voice from the speaker changed. It sounds like someone really serious is calling us. So it's trying to interact with us? Who else would I be talking to? You're the best out of this sorry bunch of scallywags. We can't set sail without you. I'm the chief mate of the Black Nacra. You'll be working with me on this voyage, savvy? Perk up, sailors. It's your first day on deck, and our quartermaster will make sure you get the best preserved meat, cream, hardtack, and dandelion wine. Oh, so they're from Mondstadt? The speaker continues to narrate the scene before you. The chief mate appears to greet the raw recruits, dressed in ragged clothes and swaddled in bandages. Swat the poop day. It is obvious that he's just survived a fierce fight. Looking around, you see most of the sailors are seriously wounded. However, they are in high spirits, showing no signs of fear or being discouraged. The sailors gather around you, applauding the newcomers and offering welcome gifts and food. Oh, so the speaker also provides detailed narration of the scene, like the scene just now. We were just welcomed on board the Black Nacra. Is this the first one you're supposed to do? Because I didn't get the explanation of that in the other two. So, shall we play along? Hehe, thank you everyone. We haven't had the preserved meat or hardtack here yet, but they must be tasty. It's a pity that we can't see the actors or props. Yeah, the attraction is called 3-Day Reverie, so are we just supposed to rely on our own powers of daydreaming? Yeah, this must have been the first one you're supposed to do, but I did it out of order. Though it probably does save a lot on costs. Building a real pirate ship, actually being able to sail anywhere at a moment's notice, that must be expensive. But still, only having a narrator is too far. We can only imagine so much. Guess we'll have to try. Alright, Paimon will give it a try. As the noise dies down, a powerful-looking man appears on the bridge. He is dressed just like a common sailor, save for the ragged tricorn on his head. His left hand is missing, replaced by a rusty hook. Attention on deck! Captain Will's arrived! The time is now, me hearties! Get to your positions, double-check your weapons and our supplies, and prepare the ship! Get ready to weigh anchor! Whoa, the captain is here! He sounds so calm and reliable. The treasure isn't far now, lads. The final leg of the voyage is by far the most important. Our wounded comrades, drowned supplies, lost duskbirds, and even the casks of rum we scrimped and saved for, the price we paid will not have been in vain. As long as we find the legendary treasure, we can appease the Kraken before the deadline. Never again must we seek dishonest merchants to plunder for pocket change. So give it your all, you scurvy sea dogs. Do it so our town may know peace, and our friends and family need no longer fear tyranny and toil. Full speed ahead. Treasure, treasure, full speed ahead, for peace. Having welcomed powerful new recruits aboard, the Black Nacra prepares to weigh anchor and set sail for the treasure. Ooh, the speaker really set the scene. The goal of these pirates is really different from what Paimon imagined. Paimon's curious what happens next. The speaker said we can ride the choo-choo cart to continue the play. Paimon likes this pace. Anchors away, Harley. Whee! Whee! As they sought the treasure, the Black Nacra rushed into dangerous waters. Thick fog filled the air and rolling waves hit the hull relentlessly, causing the ship to shake violently. Terrifying lightning struck frequently, barely missing the mast and sail. The lookout at the top of the mast could see nothing from the crow's nest, and even the compass failed. Perhaps they were hearing things, but the crew felt they could hear the cry of a duskbird. Ugh, the choo-choo car is shaking so much. It really feels like we're sailing on a ship. Paimon's getting dizzy. It's not shaking. That's all. At this crucial juncture, the captain took over the duties of the helmsman. Almost as if adapting to the rough waves, the Black Nacra started to sail out the dangerous waters. Don't panic, lads. Our intuition and the blessings of our folks back home will surely guide us. We'll find our way. Well then, why are there so many shipwrecks all around us? Feels like we've... Oh. Be vigilant. There are those who fail to get to the treasure. We've got sea monster minions coming this way. Oh my god. It would help if they give me enough time. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Sea monster minions are attacking from the bow. These sea monsters, they've been demanding tribute all this time, plundering the wealth of dozens of small towns. Aren't they satisfied? Lads, don't panic. Blast them with our heavy cannons. This will be a nasty battle, but victory is before us. Awesome, it's finally our turn. Come on, Harley, up and at 'em. Oh, enter. Wait. Nope. Hey. Good job, greenhorns. Our foes lie vanquished. Now maintain something that I couldn't read. Oh, maintain speed and healing. We sail on. It's really... Sometimes I want to put more, like, effort into the actual, like, voice acting. Like, I want to put more inflection in and different voices and stuff. But it becomes so difficult because, like, it's going so quickly. I need to just focus on actually, like, making sure I'm saying all of the words. I like the music though. However beautiful, enchanting singing travelled across the distance as the din of battle dissipated. Captain, something doesn't seem right. I can see the food my grandma makes. It smells so good. What? You want to bewitch us with a siren song? That trick's too old. Lads, plug your ears with wet matsutake. What? What? Matsutake? We don't have any. Can't we just use our hands? Watch out, we're heading for a cliff. Brace for impact. On guard, me hearties. Grab onto something so you don't get thrown overboard. Wait a minute, why are there cliffs in the ocean? The treasure sure is hidden in a dangerous spot. Can I attack these? Oh no. Another cliff. Maintain brace positions. 2 cliffs in a row? We surely have been thrown off if we were on a real ship. Even if the sailors survived the impact, the boat would be smashed. Whee. After many twists and turns, the Black Nacra finally reached the pass where the treasure was hidden. This is cool. Hey. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Gotcha.
Wait, who? Oh, are you kidding me? Can't be asked to go over there. Can you die? Oh my god. Wow, that narrowly missed me.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
And a trove of potential clues.
Take it easy.
Oh, that doesn't look suspicious at all. Is that a streaming projector over there? So we should be able to pass through it if we use it, right? Cannon. To everyone's surprise, another gang of pirates have been waiting here for them all this time. They were Captain Will's old enemies. What's going on? Are we seriously being robbed by other pirates? How sneaky of them. Will, you little rascal, instead of robbing others like a pirate should, you've set your sights on the treasure. Nonsense, we've robbed plenty of rich, unjust folk, but we can't keep struggling, retreading old paths. We need to find a way to change our situation. Okay, hold on. Let me... Oh, what? What is happening? Oh, shit. Am I just supposed to avoid everything? Oh. I guess so. This is interesting. Huh? Oh. Oh god. Ah! Oh, oh. Don't at me. No! Still have full health. Oh! Oh my god, how did that miss me? Impossible! They're a motley crew. How can they be so strong? But you won't escape either way. Have a whiff of our broadsides. What did you... What? Step aside. The treasure will be ours and I'll get everyone out safe. Oh, I took half damage while I was reading. Who are you calling a motley crew? The pirates of the Black Nacro. Good bunch. Villains like you don't stand a chance. So they fled upon finding their tricks useless, huh? Yay. Hooray, we won! Those villains didn't get their way. The battle is over. All crew members of the Black Nacra, gather up over here. Marvellous! Congratulations! With the strength of the new sailors, Captain Will easily defeats his old enemies, sending them running. Having overcome every challenge the voyage could throw at them, nothing can stop the crew of the Black Nacra now. Such is the loyal crew of the Black Nacra, me lads. Even when those lily-livered biscuit eaters ambushed us, not one of you panicked. And of course, our newest crew members contributed mightily. They swept away all opposition like it was so much flotsam and jetsam. Of course, bad pirates like that, Paimon and Harley could fight 2 or 3 boatloads more. Getting into it, Paimon? It's okay. The journey was pretty thrilling, and we've been through thick and thin with Captain Will, so Paimon can be a bit more serious. Based on our research, if we break that stone wall, we can find the legendary treasure. The crucial moment has arrived. I shall give the honour to our heroes, our new companions. And after that, I've got a new idea I'd like to discuss with all of you. Hey Harley, see how much the captain values us? He's even letting us handle something as important as this. Flotsam and jetsam are usseless eels. It works. Fire in the hole. Get ready to celebrate, lads. Heroes, go ahead and open it. Oh. Bam. Ah, this is when I found the money earlier. No, like yesterday on stream. And I was like, what the hell is this? That makes sense. Yay, we found it! The legendary treasure! So much Mora, Paimon can really swim in it. But why does this Mora seem different from the Mora we usually see? Don't tell Paimon. Hey, the legendary pool of Mora is actually just a bunch of decorative fake coins? Faced with such an unexpected development, what will the crew of the Black Nacra do? Captain, we were hornswoggled. Could our intel have been wrong? The legendary treasure. How could it all be fake? No wonder I had a bad feeling about this. The so-called legendary treasure could be bait, luring us into a trap. And their goal? The very people who braved hell and high water in search of treasure, and the quality weapons and advanced ships they bring with them. The sailors, exhausted by the journey, could easily be captured and sold as labour. No, we were all tricked. How could this be a giant trap? From a cost perspective, it makes sense. Oh, you have a point. Paimon forgot we were acting. Okay, even though there aren't any other actors, and the set is a bit shabby, Paimon can tell a lot of work went into this. Paimon thinks we should respect that. Let's hear what our crewmates from the Black Nacra have to say. Captain Will gathers the inconsolable sailors in front of the fake treasure. Captain, is this the doing of your enemies? No, this is beyond them. If we didn't make it, they'd be disappointed in their old foe. Perhaps the ones behind this are on their way here now. Given our current state, it wouldn't be wise to take them head on. Oh wait, I see a precious chest though. Clean up the area, see if there are any chests we missed, and get ready to withdraw. Ho! I always said hard work is rewarded. See that chest over there? It's for our newest sailors who've done so much. No arguing, it's theirs even if the rest of us go home empty-handed. Ugh, not only did we not make any money, we racked up a lot of losses. What are we going to do? Keep searching for dishonest profiteers to try and scrape together enough booty to satisfy the Kraken? I was about to point out that on this voyage, we of the Black Nacre found a treasure more precious than Mora, and are not going back with nothing to show for it. We found the ways to cross the roaring seas, strategies to defeat our enemies, and the courage to face any challenge. Think about it, me buckos. Even if we found an ocean of Mora, would it really buy peace for our town? That makes sense. We all know how greedy the Kraken is. No matter how much treasure we shove down its filthy gob, it'll always ask for seconds. Aye, he's right. I've heard even rich towns have given it dozens of times more treasure than we have, yet still it hungers. The problem is that appeasement of a monster is never the best answer. You're right. If it was up to Paimon, we wouldn't let that monster have its way. But the captain and his crew are just ordinary people. So we must solve the problem at its source. That's why giving it more Mora doesn't make any sense. With the fighting experience we gained on this voyage, I'm sure we can defeat the Kraken and lift the shadow it casts over our town. Come, me hearties, do you trust your captain? It sounds risky, Captain, but it's worth a shot. This is the only way. If we keep giving in, eventually we'll have nothing left, and we'll have nowhere to run. The captain's right. It's worth risking our lives for. We can't take it any longer. Then it's settled. From now on, I will train everyone on the Black Nacre for this sole purpose. Especially now. Our newest crewmates are true swashbucklers. They're practically invincible. Captain Will is by no means a rich man, but if you lend us your strength, the whole crew of the Black Nacre will do anything in their power to repay you. Will you voyage with the Black Nacre, train with us, and punish that Kraken for its perfidy? What the fuck is that word? Huh? Sorry to kill the immersion. The state of being deceitful and untrustworthy. It's a literary term. Often unlawful deceptions. Okay. Yeah, that's the spirit. Be brave and fight that awful sea monster. Harley, let's help our friends on the Black Nacre. Sushi's on the menu tonight. Amazing! You're no longer novice savers. You're old salt, core members of the Black Nacre crew. You're my helpers and the saviors of the rest of my crew and all the people in town. Now it's time for the Black Nacre to return to port. We'll rest up and prepare for our final battle against the beast. The speaker begins to summarize the end of the first act. After triumphing in numerous trials, the new sailors are now pillars of the crew. Led by Captain Will, the crew is preparing for a crucial counterattack. Please stay tuned for the Black Nacre and the all-devouring Kraken Act 2. The Black Nacre strikes back. The narration ends, and the motion of the mechanisms inside the cave grinds to a halt. Silence reigns once more. Ah, it just ends there? Paimon was just starting to get into it. Maybe they haven't finished the Kraken yet. You have a point there. If the play was any longer, most guests would be too tired to fight a sea monster. And the set really could use some work. Something as exciting as a boss fight deserves a proper stage. Daiya's 3-day reverie certainly has potential. Paimon's getting curious who this Daiya person is. Hello? Dear visitors and staff, I have some exciting news to announce. Today, 2 visitors have completed Daiya's 3-day reverie and set a new record. We prepared a special gift for our 2 esteemed visitors and cordially invited them to claim the gift at the broadcasting station in the middle of the Thinkers Theatre. You just need to recite the key secret code to open the door behind the reverie. Did you hear that, Harley? They prepared gifts for us. Maybe we'll even get to meet this Daiya person. Let's go to the broadcasting station now. Wait, how come we didn't notice this secret door before? I've been in here. I did notice it. Oh, Paimon knows. Let's say the passphrase again, then a new path will open. Together now. Okay, we did it to register, and times like these are perfect to have a little ceremony. With the clinking of machines, a door opens, revealing a tunnel. Paimon knew it, a hidden chamber filled with secrets. Hee, ready or not, here we come. Cool. So that's where these... I wondered where these were. Oh. So I guess Daiya is one of the hydroidolans? Hey, buddy. Aw. Whoa, why are there so many water droplets here? What are they doing gathered around that giant machine? Paimon's confused. What's this machine for? And where's Daiya? Welcome to the 3-day reverie. Surely you must be confused by the scene unfolding before your eyes. Then allow us to demonstrate. Come on, Loafer, stop napping. Now place 1, action 2. Let us give thanks to fate, dear travellers, for your wanderings have finally brought you here. Is that water droplet using the announcement speaker to play a recording? It sounds so familiar. Where has Paimon heard it before? It's the announcement we first heard regarding this attraction. Hustler, you're up. Place 3, action 7. The chief mate that appears in front of the new recruits is dressed raggedly, covered in bandages from head to toe. It is readily apparent that they barely survived an intense battle not long ago. Paimon remembers. This is from the Black Nacra and the all-devouring Kraken. This is the part right after we meet the chief mate. The narration we heard then was also played like this. What amazing timing. The Harem, Scarum, and Black Nacra are about to reach the pass where the treasure is hidden. Hurry up and prep the scenery and props. Don't you dare screw this up. That water droplet is operating that device? Paimon can't see how... Monitoring, broadcasting, and operating the mechanisms. Correct. The function of this massive device is to control the timing of all the mechanisms in every play. Our diligent hydroidolans are constantly monitoring the progress of each show, so that whenever tourists arrive at the designated spots, they hear the proper narration and each prop and device is activated on time. As long as guests follow procedure, a fantastical 3-day reverie will play out before your eyes. Of course, if guests try to leave partway through or behave too unexpectedly, then it will really impact their enjoyment of the show. We just don't have enough staff to handle things like that right now. Anyway, I think all the guests will behave themselves, right? That's so amazing! We were having so much fun, we never realized how much was going on behind the scene. So many props and mechanisms have to be carefully controlled. It must be really hard to pull off these shows. The design is brilliant. So, is this Daiya talking to us now? Are you using these hydroidolans to control the 3-day reverie? Why not just come explain things yourself? Paimon still has so many questions for you. Correct, but there's more to it. Everything you have seen and everything inside this broadcasting station, including the chief director, fake playwright, loafer, hustler, and the harem scarum, as well as the other unseen and unheard hydroidolan maintenance staff, of course. Combine all of these and that is Daiya. Not a person, but the entire system itself, creator and controller of the show. Daiya is not a person, but a system? Wait a sec, that's overloading Paimon's brain. Paimon knows that water droplets are smart, but can they actually design such a complicated system by themselves? There must be a designer behind the curtain. Yes, that was the case at first. Your surprise is expected. Long story short, Daiya's 3-day reverie started with the passionate director Zosimos. During his short stay in Valerian Mirage, director Zosimos poured his energy into putting on exciting plays and never had time for anything else. As he spent more time with the hydroidolans, he discovered their intelligence and rich emotions. Hydroidolans enjoyed his plays and looked forward to the next show. They also wanted to share their enjoyment with visitors. An idea grew inside Zosimos' head. Could hydroidolans direct or even design a show? So bold! That sounds like teaching a group of children to be directors. Indeed, it was difficult. Fortunately, everyone worked together, our joint efforts overcoming all obstacles. Director Zosimos trained some of the hydroidolans most passionate about plays, teaching them the critical concepts involved. After some trial and error, Zosimos wrote several sample plays with detailed explanations regarding the thought behind them. With Idia's help, he built the controller as well as all the mechanisms connected to it. In addition to the lines from the plays themselves, director Zosimos also recorded lots of commonly used words that we could combine into sentences to communicate with guests. Damn! After a lot of practice, we finally learned to put on all 3 sample plays without a hitch. The 3 plays are indeed The Black Necra and the All-Devouring Kraken, Petrifying Gaze, and Sky Castle Saviors. That is to say, director Zosimos prepared the foundation and infrastructure for Daiya's 3-day reverie, as well as left the scripts with accompanying instructions. We definitely never noticed the whole thing was controlled by water droplets. That's quite the compliment. We appreciate you validating our hard work and proved many of our ideas correct. This is the reason why we wish to provide you with a token of our gratitude and show you everything that went into the production of the show. Don't mention it. That's right, we experienced a really special attraction and broadened our horizons. We should be thanking you, Daiya. Ahaha, then we continue onwards to our next goal, writing our own scripts. To do this, we improve our understanding of plays and keep collecting new materials. The one called Fake Playwright here collects stories from visitors and enhances our ideas with those. Even if it can't meet suitable guests itself, Fake Playwright talks to other Hydra Eidolons about their encounters. Oh, so when we tell our stories to Fake Playwright, it helps you write new plays. Exactly. If you have time, please talk with Fake Playwright more. Also, please continue to enjoy your time in Valurian Mirage, and please talk more with the other Hydra Eidolons here. No worries, Paimon and Harley love it here. We'll definitely provide you with lots of great material. Actually, there's something else. Paimon's been curious about it for a while. Why is it called 3-day reverie? Could it be that director Zosimos spent 3 days on each play? Or maybe like 3 days in total? It refers to yesterday, today, and tomorrow, right? Yesterday, today, and tomorrow? Sounds reasonable to Paimon. That means director Zosimos, all of Daiya, is working so very hard on the plays day after day. Nice one. Unfortunately, it's not quite that deep. Actually, the true meaning behind 3 days is... plenty of time left to do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll really be in the zone tomorrow. And if I don't finish it tomorrow, I'm dead meat. Me. Seriously? Lumine's face then. Hi, I'm the acting director of this attraction. Do you have any questions for me? The water droplet is speaking. Whoa, the water droplet is speaking again, and its voice is slightly different. Eh? Why did Paimon say again? Your reaction is exactly as I expected. Don't be so surprised and listen carefully. The sound is coming from the speaker by the wall. I'm speaking to you via pre-recorded lines. Anyway, it was Daiya who prepared these lines in advance. Oh. It's like an anagram almost. As for the specifics, you can talk to Engineer. His explanation will certainly be clearer and more comprehensive. So that's what's going on. For some reason, it feels like anything is possible when we're in the miraculous Valurian Mirage. What else do you say? Why are you the acting director? That's a good question. It's because I don't think I'm the best candidate for the job. My partners and I were all more or less influenced by director Zosimos, and we're equals in terms of talent. We're busy expanding our repertoire and polishing our skills. I love it just covering this shift. My partners often present ideas to me, and sometimes Fake Playwright goes over my head and just does things. But as long as the majority supports it and the show is good, then I'm happy to. If one of the others becomes more capable than me and wishes to manage the project, I would immediately give up the position. You're too humble. Shouldn't a director be more forceful? If you're always accommodating the opinions of others, it's bound to lead to arguments, isn't it? Group projects are complicated. You have a point. If it's the result of careful discussion, then maybe you could put together lots of creative ideas. Of course, any interested guests are welcome to try as well. Perhaps one of them will be a better director than I. Like the two of you, you're clearly talented. Huh? Us? Want to give it a shot, Paimon? Well, now that Paimon thinks about it, performing with the water droplets would be really interesting. Paimon will leave the writing to Harley and focus on directing. Paimon will leave communicating with the water droplets to you too. You're really good at that kind of thing. Are you going to make me run errands too? That's not what you should be focusing on. Just think about it. The more responsibility you have, the more you can mold the show to your liking. This director really doesn't want the job. Yeah, it's so true. If we're going to turn our stories into an interesting play, you're the best person to deal with all the details. Shall we start discussing things now? I'm so fired up! However, producing a play is no easy task. You'll encounter all sorts of challenges. I suggest you speak with the others and mentally prepare yourselves. Director Water Droplet, that's so considerate of you. But you know, there's no need to be so modest. I'm certain you're a great director. About the directing methodology for the 3-day reverie. Methodology? What methodology? Oh, right. Paimon was wondering about the decision behind using narration and dialogue to help guests imagine the scenes in the play. About that, if I'm being honest, it's actually pretty simple. It's mainly, we're broke. Actually, everything you've experienced is a result of compromise. I've only seen a few of director Zosimos' films, so I have some hazy ideas, but we encountered great difficulty trying to realise them. During planning, each scene only had a few lines, but many actors, props and backdrops, all of which cost a lot. In the words of Zosimos, money could solve any problem back in his homeland, but in Valurian Mirage, the only currency to spend is the labour hours of us Hydro-Eidolans. Consider the Black Nacra and the all-devouring Kraken, for example. If we were to recreate a fully armed pirate ship, a huge mechanical sea monster, and even dig out a large expanse of water for the performance, it would take millions, maybe even billions of mora. If we convert it into working hours for us Hydro-Eidolans, it would take months, even if we got all our friends to help. I mean, to be fair, aren't they like hundreds, thousands of years old? Like, that doesn't seem like a lot. That much? Paimon actually underestimated the cost? That's why we gave up on most backdrops and props and chose to focus our efforts on the choo-choo car and the final battle. That way we'd be able to give our audience a few unforgettable experiences, instead of everything being equally mediocre and forgettable. It's me! That kind of makes sense. The choo-choo cart in the Black Nacra was amazing. At the very least, it felt like a ship, and the final battle was pretty special. Sounds like something we heard in Liyue. What was it again? Prioritizing? Right, that's it. It's about focusing on what's important and necessary. I don't remember learning about that in Liyue, but okay. Is that also why there weren't any actors for the dialogue or a narrator on stage, and just speakers? That's purely because we don't have enough actors. Originally, we all agreed to go on stage as actors once we had completed our other responsibilities. The friend you saw in Petrifying Gaze was our star actor, trained by Zosimos himself, Actorholic. Actorholic even planned to give a surprise lesson, but since none of us finished our work on time, Actorholic was left as the only actor on stage. In short, the shortage of actors in labour are two sides of the same difficult coin, and is holding us back now more than ever. Rehearsing for a show doesn't seem easy at all. Being a director is such tiring work. That water droplet looks so lonely. Let's go comfort it if we get a chance. About the other members of the troupe. Well, I really want to introduce everyone in the troupe to you, but ever since Zosimos enlightened us, we've each been busy pursuing all sorts of knowledge. Every one of them has formed a unique personality now. It's really way too complicated to try and convey everything over the broadcast system. Also, there's a lot of new words and voice lines that Engineer hasn't finished working on yet. So I can't explain things with recordings yet. You'll have to speak to them yourselves. Hold on, Paimon needs some time to digest all of that. Did Paimon hear something about another water droplet? Voice lines? The director seems to be gesturing and acting out something, but it's almost impossible to figure out. Looks like there's nothing we can do. Director Water Droplet doesn't have the ability to talk about that topic. It's like fucking AI. Let's do what it said and speak to the others. If we get a chance, we should ask Engineer about the voice lines the director mentioned. What's the last thing he said? Pardon us for a moment. How polite of you. If you have any questions about the show, feel free to ask me. Hi, esteemed audience members. I'm Fake Playwright, one of the staff working on 3-Day Reverie. Can I help you with anything? Why are you known as Fake Playwright? That's a good question. It seems I have some explaining to do. Long story short, if I can't write anything appropriate soon, I'll be fired. Whoa, is it that bad? You make it sound like water droplets have strict rules too. Appropriate? What do you mean? No, not at all. Dialogue is the easiest part. Writing beautiful lines, fooling the audience into thinking the lines are something profound. That's something any Hydro Eidolon with just a few months of intensive training, no, even a Spectre could do that. Really? I didn't expect that. Never mind. But to transform a splendid section of the play into the scene before your eyes, now that cannot be done without a careful division of labour and cooperation. That is the essence of being appropriate. Clear as mud. Could you explain it in a way that Paimon can understand? No surprise there, it takes a certain amount of creative experience to resonate with this topic. Then I'll slow down enough to give you time to catch up. A good playwright must understand the troupe's limits and resources, and write the script with those in mind. Even if it's the simplest of scenes, you must carefully determine the actors and props required. But as you can see, we plain don't have enough actors, and our prop selection is relatively limited as well. So you certainly can't go overboard when writing the script, because once it's in the show, the audience may feel a deep disconnect between what is described and what is shown. My failure to take that into consideration resulted in me writing a few unrealistic and entirely unusable scripts, and it even ended up delaying the schedule of the entire troupe. Ouch. If worse comes to worse, then Paimon will just draw figures on wooden boards and use them as actors. Paimon can draw some props on wood too. You know, signal the audience. We can install a few wheels on the bottom and move them around to display character movement or interact with props. If we slam them together and throw in some exaggerated sound effects, we can even recreate fight scenes. It'll be just like when the Sea Monsters minions showed up in the Black Necro play. Economical showmanship. No, absolutely not. According to Mr. Zosimos' book, that's on the level of terribly unforgivable and should be used for insignificant supporting characters, at best. Instead of leaving a few stand-ins for actors which just stand there chatting loudly all day, it's better to just leave them out completely. Doing that, it only interferes with the audience's imagination, yet fails to fully convey the scene. It's safer to avoid limiting the audience's imagination and use words alone to lead them through it. Fake playwright seems to be seriously gesturing and acting out something, but the speaker remains silent. I just don't have the words yet. So many lines haven't been recorded, I can't say them. Fake playwright seems to be very principled. As soon as we brought up this subject, it just can't stop talking. High standards for oneself are a good thing. Anyway, let's stop for now, otherwise this might go on forever. But perhaps it may not be that difficult for the two of you. That's true, if you think about it, you shouldn't be afraid of creating something just because someone might be harsh on it. Hehe, looks like Harley and Paimon are talented at this too. Or Paimon should say that we're made of the right stuff, though we haven't really started. Anyway, you talking about this made Paimon curious about something. Did Zosimos actually read that book? Oh, cultured playwright, can we have a word? I told you, I'm just one of the staff. It's like you're mocking me when you address me like that. Hey, aren't you being a little too sensitive? That's not what Harley meant. She is always sincere. Forgive me, being sensitive is something that comes naturally to us artistically gifted playwrights. According to Mr. Zosimos, sometimes people in the industry have been misunderstood or even ruthlessly attacked because they were careless with their wording. While such a demanding audience may not appear in the Valyrian Mirage, Mr. Zosimos also said that whenever we create something, we must be prepared to receive the attention of a larger audience and never leave it up to luck. We may have gone off topic a bit. Though those are more my own personal expectations, you could also consider them suggestions. Those expectations are way too strict. Are you going to quibble over every single little word? So if we create a show based on our own experiences, like the story of the Anemo Archon and Dvalin, would people come forward just to fuss over things like, something like, how disrespectful, how dare you make the Anemo Archon seem so carefree, that's far too presumptuous. Creative art should be fun, not overly cautious. What? You've ascended to the plane of transcendence before you've written a single script? One of Mr. Zosimos' books mentions such a concept. Even if we exercise the utmost care while writing a script, we are bound to encounter many who we would consider are criticizing our work excessively. If you fear such criticism and dare not fully exercise your creative freedom, then you are putting the cart before the horse. In short, listen to what is right and ignore the harsh criticism. Valid advice. Such transcendence is of great benefit to writing scripts. It's a realm that all playwrights dream of. It is easy to say such things, but actually doing so is a completely different story. But perhaps it may not be that difficult for the two of you. That's true, if you think about it, you shouldn't be afraid of creating something just because someone might be harsh on it. Hehe, looks like Harley and Paimon are talented at this too. Or Paimon should say that we're made of the right stuff, though we haven't really started. Anyway, you talking about this made Paimon curious about something. Did Zosimos actually read that book? Wait, they say the same thing at the end of that one. We're here to provide material for you. Daiya's voice said that we should talk to you and tell interesting stories that will help with your script writing. Oh, so Chief Director heard about your adventures from Medea. Yes, your assistance is necessary. But as you can see, the process of writing a script is very long. I'm worried that your stories will be so rich and detailed that I will fail to remember them after a time. Please use the device in front of me to make a recording. That way I can review it whenever I want. We're experts at that. Harley, Paimon will allow you to decide what kind of material we should provide to Daiya's 3-day reverie. After a short discussion with Paimon, you select some of the most outlandish things you've encountered in your journey. I wish I could have read that. Wow, that's such a long recording. This is more material than I ever expected. I shall specially write a line to extol the great deed you have performed here today in sharing your stories. Hehe, Paimon wonders what kind of show this super professional water droplet will turn our stories into. Paimon can't wait. Part of me wonders whether we'll get to come back here next summer and see some of the plays of our experiences. Don't mention it. We won't take more of your time. Right, we're only here to observe. We'll leave you to it then. You're so polite and careful with your words. I hope you have a pleasant visit. Thanks, bud. It seems to be the Hydroidolon from before that was operating some mechanisms according to the Chief Director's instructions. But without a console of its own, it is incapable of speaking. It just constantly trembles with fear as if it has done something wrong. Aww. Loafer. Oh-ho, 2 special guests. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm Loafer, and I specialise in the lowest effort solutions. Are you especially fond of loafing around? Yeah, Paimon would like to know too. Did you get that name because you never do any work? It's not like that. Whether it's controlling the play's progress or making the necessary props and scene elements, I've always completed my work on time. Loafing is a state of mind. It strives to achieve the most with the least effort. For example, instead of making something 3-dimensional, only the front and back of a scene element is prepared. So, in the words of Chief Director, it saves us a lot of time. Doesn't that mean it has no sides? Isn't tricking the audience's eyes all we need to do? For example, slowing down the choo-choo cart right in front of a scene element and then shooting off right when it's about to move past it. Doing that will keep most of the audience's focus on the front of the scene element. Think about it, didn't you do the same with the sea monster's minions? Otherwise, our troupe wouldn't have time to complete the most important scenes. Instead of wasting time focusing on the sides of the sea monster's minions, the completeness of the entire experience is definitely more important. That does make sense. From what you said, calling you Loafer is kind of a compliment. But it also sounds like a load of baloney. Free your minds, honoured guests. If you are like that fool Zosimos and fail to understand the importance of saving time and effort where you can, you shouldn't bother with working at all. Oh, he calls him a fool, damn. After all, if you seek perfection in every detail, the work will be endless. If you allow insignificant details to affect the main performance, you'll be killing the goose that lays the golden egg. Of course, all of this is based on the premise that there is a serious shortage of personnel. If we were to continue using such methods with sufficient staffing, then instead of loafing, we would just be good for nothing trash. Oh, we would just be good for nothing trash. Okay. At times like that, we should make fundamentals beyond reproach, then strive for perfection in every detail while still utilising this philosophy to make the whole show even more impeccable. You've almost convinced Paimon. Paimon will definitely give it some more thought. Then we'll leave you around to your loafing. Thank you so much. Your wisdom lights up my day. Come again when you're free. You two sure are full of energy. Unfortunately, I don't have time to entertain you. How did you get so exhausted? That panting sounds so realistic. It's Paimon's first time hearing a water droplet sound tired. Paimon never realised this is what a worn-out water droplet would be like. Well, guess it can't be helped. That's what you call an occupational hazard. Technical maintenance? Quite the specialised term to pop out of nowhere. What does it refer to? Oh, it's too complicated. I doubt I'd ever finish, so let me give you a quick rundown instead. This broadcasting device before you is something Idea made for Zosimos. I heard it was made based on some new research out of the academia. However, due to some design flaws, it works very well at times, but it often has serious bugs and can be quite troublesome. That's all tech. We Hydra Eidolons are incapable of speech, so we rely on pre-recorded voice lines to converse with you. All the narration used in the show is pre-recorded as well. I'm sure you understand why. Yeah, we understand the concept, but all of you still react very naturally. Speaking with you often feels as smooth as speaking to a normal person. That's because Idia did everything she could to find us a lot of audio materials, and she broke apart the recording so each word could be broadcast and used independently, or in any order. Thus, we gained the ability to use this device to form sentences from individual pre-recorded words and respond to you. Of course, we have pre-recorded answers for certain questions. Predict potential questions and prepare answers in advance for a smooth conversation. That's what Fake Playwright practices in its free time. You could say it's its hobby. Fake Playwright felt it would help with its writing, but it later realised that it wasn't the issue, but that's another topic completely. Whoa, so some things you say are made on the spot? You must have prepared so many voice lines. And if you lack a recording for a certain word, you have to find a way to work around it. Indeed, you've discovered the critical issue. This broadcasting device requires too many voice samples, and I'm in charge of maintaining everything. And everyone has been developing unique personalities lately, so even more voice line updates are necessary. I simply can't keep up with it all. Really? You sound way overworked. You deserve a massive raise and a bonus. Just this alone isn't too much work for me. The problem is I have to maintain all the other equipment and mechanisms, like the device for the sea monsters minions you saw. Just getting to the set of each play takes so much time, and yet I still have to repair everything that broke. It's all Zosimos' fault. He's the worst. Just because I showed the tiniest bit of interest in the equipment, he trained me to be the one and only maintenance guy. Why couldn't he have gotten a few more Hydra Eidolons? No matter how fond you are of something, you'll get tired of it when you have to do it all day, every day. So true. Oh my god. Calm down. Don't be sad. Cheer up. Maybe your troupe will recruit other water droplets, and once you have more members, they'll be able to take some work off your hands. I hope so, but I wonder when we'll be able to find any qualified new members. I should go ask Idia when I get the chance. Please take some rest. I appreciate the concern. I'll take a break once I'm done here. But will there ever come a day when my work is truly done? Mood. Work, work, work! Sprint to the finish! Go above and beyond the call of duty! Win early! Take it easy over there. When one task is done, I can start another. I will go wherever the need is greatest. It's just a little water droplet, but it's got such a scary aura. It seems absolutely in love with working. Just getting close to it feels like Paimon will be dragged along to work with it. Forever. Huh? Did I just hear you talking about me? No, we never did anything of the sort. We're busy people too, so we'll be on our way. Overtime maniac. I've known some people like that. Ooh, busy? You're really busy? How about you give some of your work to me? I'll take any job, anything, and I can learn if I lack the know-how. I love challenging new jobs. Did we misunderstand this water droplet? Instead of dragging others along to suffer with it, it actually does their work for them? So water droplet, what work do you usually do? Let me think. I don't think I have any fixed responsibilities. Chief Director asks for my help with controlling the show's mechanisms. Fake Playwright makes me run errands and carry reference books for the script writing. Engineer sends me to clean the rails, and Lova has asked for my help making props. I get so tangled. Sounds like you're a master of all trades. Whatever you call it, I'm fond of using diverse, new, and high-intensity jobs to hone my abilities in all aspects. In this way, I can obtain an in-depth understanding of every aspect of a show and do them all well to surpass Zosimos, who only knows how to talk a big game. Some of them really worship this guy, and then some of them really just have so much disdain for him. Paimon wonders if Zosimos has led this water droplet astray, but given how passionate it is, maybe it'll get mad if we mention the past. We should avoid asking about that for now. Anyways, both of you are important guests to the entire attraction. Can I help you with anything? Oh, Harley and Paimon are still preparing to enter the industry. We don't need your help for now. Understood. Then I'll be going back to work. Good luck. I hope you'll one day bless me with an unending stream of diverse work. Glance at Paimon and hope she gets the hint to leave quickly. Alright, Paimon's kind of curious about what it's working on, but let's not disturb it. a Hydroidolon that seems to be up to something in the corner. According to Chief Director, its nickname is Food Manager. But isn't that a bit strange? What do Hydroidolons even eat? Or maybe it's responsible for feeding those ghost mechanisms? Well, that about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed my voice acting especially. This was very difficult to keep up with at times because of the skipping dialogue. I wish Hoyoverse would fix that, please fix that. But it was fun. I thought it was very cute. It allowed us to get to some new areas of the domain, which was nice. And it was really cool to see that like it was all these little Hydroidolons behind the scenes with like all of these snippets of audio that they were putting together. Very cute. I enjoyed that. Next episode will be the last episode of Bottleland, I promise. We will be doing some final exploration and we'll be doing the Advancing Curios final side quest of the patch. And we'll also be doing the separate side quest, Herberuni's Commandment. I think I said that right, which will be dealing with something entirely different. Hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. As always, if you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.